Habeeb Haruna. Good morning and thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Mr. Haruna.
I think the first thing is
yes,
for you to
exactly.
react to that.
Yeah. I mean, Japanese efficiency in Nigeria.
I think it's a two-way traffic. We all saw the way and manner the thing was managed 2 days ago. There was no synergy between the federal government and Lagos State government. I was thinking that Lagos State government will be more involved in this kind of major project, major link road, linking VI to Island. You know, it was not well managed. But thank God, you know, because Lagosians will not keep quiet. Lagosians cried out. The government now decided to be more responsive, you know. And we saw the governor yesterday, he apologized for what happened. So what we are saying now is something that a product of that kind of synergy between the federal government. It's not
Who should take credit for this?
Pardon?
Who should take credit for this?
There's nothing like credit here, gentlemen. The writing was not done. I'm an issue. And now that doing the writing, just they should be commended.
Okay, but who should take responsibility for the one that happened?
Both of them, both the state government and the federal
So
government.
if both of them can share responsibility, why?
But I will lay more blame on the doorstep of the state government.
Okay.
Because even if the federal government is coming to your town to do something, you have to take over the project. You have to take charge and make sure that people in your state, residents, citizens, are not adversely affected.
Absolutely. All right. Congratulations to all of us. That's really exciting news. That's a great way to start the show this morning. But let's start off with the first paper, the Nigerian Tribune. And on the front page, how Trump's new tariffs will affect Nigeria. This was an ongoing conversation yesterday. Another 15 killed in Plateau communities. Amotekun busts visa, kidnap syndicate in Ondo, arrest 61 suspected kidnappers. Other criminals rescue 72 from captivity. Uromi, Edo, Kano leaders have taken action according to defense headquarters. Kidnappers exposed us to military rockets, General Siga says. We were kept on mountain with hyenas, snakes, and scorpions. Wow. Natasha survives recall as INEC rejects petitioner's bid, says constitutional requirements not met, and I'll probably like you to start with that, but let me take the other two headlines. Anambra 2025, 11 aspirants seek APC, Labour Party, PDP tickets to confront Soludo. NNPCL board, LND accuses Tinubu of ethnic bias in appointment. Let's start with Senator Natasha surviving the recall.
Well, I'm a journalist and I should be independent and unbiased in my views. But I'm a fan of that woman, Natasha. I like people that are independent, people that are vociferous in what they want, in their principles. You know, that woman. If you look at the history and antecedent of that woman, apart from the fact that she's very beautiful, you know, person, what she's fighting for is for the betterment of our people, for constitutionalism and democracy. You know, I was thinking that because I had an opportunity to call for my friends in INEC that you guys should do the right thing. In this case, do the right thing. You see, democracy is not a destination anywhere. Even in America, it's the person of democracy. Democracy is a journey. You fall down, stand up, you know, but along the line, you get there, slowly by slowly. What we saw yesterday, and I commented to say, because there's no way they can fulfill those requirements, constitutional requirements. It's something that is very difficult. Many line mines on the road. So, and there's no way 2,000 people will have signed a petition.
Well, thankfully, we had the
addresses and signatures. It's virtually impossible.
I think we were corrected on that earlier today when we had a representative from INEC who explained to us that it wasn't the over 200 signatures, that all they needed was a cover letter of the representatives, I think about 5 of them.
Of the
local government representatives with their addresses and signatures. So I think that laid that
a difficult process. And it will be difficult for them to follow the continual process and arrive at that kind of conclusion.
But do you think
to satisfy Nigerians. Pardon?
Do you think that this is the end, or you think they'll try again?
No, they will try again, but you can be sure that Natasha is ready. So already. Yeah, you see, he's a fighter. They have gone through this route before. To get to that Senate, it defeated those people.
Now, seeing the images
despite the attempt to stop her. So I think it may not be the end of the matter.
Seeing the images of her homecoming and seeing the genuine love that was shown to her by her constituents, and also this 250,000 people that allegedly signed her petition. How do you juxtapose? Were those people at home or they didn't come out for the homecoming? How do you juxtapose the two? Because there's a contradiction here.
I was telling you guys last week that what you are saying in Kogi is abracadabra. you watch on YouTube the video of Dabo, the guy that was removed, the former senator from Adamawa.
Yeah.
What is going on in that Senate? I'm not particularly comfortable with the leadership of Senator Goodluck Babio. He was a friend of mine when he was governor. I'm not comfortable with the way he's managing the Senate. Even if you are from the ruling party, there should be independence and interdependence in the legislature and executive. That is the way democracy works. That is the way Nigeria can benefit. But when you are too much of an appendage,
extension of the executive.
Absolutely, that's what we are seeing. Look at the voice vote. The voice vote to validate the position of emergency rule in River State. No, that is no way to promote democracy. And this man is the head of a major plank of democracy in this country. He's not doing too well. So I think what we saw, the man he defied them with all the odds. She went to I'm from Kogi State. That these are my people. You cannot deny me from going there. And when we all saw it, they were not bought. How many is you going to buy? They came out, they fought in their eyes, their faces, and these guys were ready.
Well, others have pointed and said she's a lawbreaker and she doesn't have respect for constitutional authority.
Take her to court. And Nigerians are watching. So this era of people trying to do things, of course, illegally, I think it's gone in Nigeria. Anything you have seen, people are ready. Without social media, what we saw in 2 days ago, it will not be so high. But social media is what is amplifying all these things. And people in government, authority, they are conscious of that.
I mean, Mr. President.
Believe me, they're telling you other things, but I'm telling you, both of them are my friends.
Minister,
they are conscious of that, and are aware that people are not happy with what they are doing.
Minister Dave Umahi did confirm that, after the president saw images and visuals of coming out of Lagos, he ordered him to fly to Lagos the next day.
All right. Anyway, let's take a look at the Punch. Let's see another paper very quickly. The Punch newspaper. I'd just like to take one story. I'd like you to react to it. Foreign trips. That's at the top there. Foreign trips, page 42. Opposition slams Tinubu Shetima for wasteful spending. The president is out for 2 weeks.
Bonjour, Mr. Habeeb Aruna.
It will be difficult for me to, if I was the immediate advisor of the president, to defend his incessant foreign trips. After 2-3 months, we are going to France.
He's been to France 5 times, just to put this in
You
perspective.
don't know why he's going.
Since
So it's
2023.
difficult for me on a working visit. It's difficult for me to defend it, because most Nigerians are not too convinced of the value this thing is bringing to the table for Nigerians. You went to France, your vice went to Senegal. It happened before. When the president traveled out, the vice also traveled out. So these things, you cannot reconcile these things to say this is for our benefit. So
All right.
I think they should find a way, they can do better.
Okay, let's take a call from Olaleye from Lagos. Good morning, Olaleye. Thank you for calling. Please go ahead with your comment. Good morning. Please turn down the volume of your TV set. Your audio is a bit... Olaleye, I'm sorry about that. Your audio is really poor.
Able to take that call.
Yes, and just for subsequent callers, the calls we're going to take, please make sure you turn down the volume of your TV set so that we can have a proper conversation. All right.
Yes, he was reacting to the foreign trips.
Yes.
If you were the media, what would you have done?
That's what I said. It will be difficult for me
Because you can't lie.
to justify it.
He needs to rest.
Rest. You cannot rest in Nigeria.
You think governing a country like Nigeria is
You
easy?
can rest in Nigeria. Who does that? In which country? As you travel to country.
We have 36 states.
There's
travel
traffic in
frequently
Lagos.
To France. Looking for 2 weeks to France. It's difficult for me to be justified.
But you know how we excuse things in this part? We say, he's not the first to do it. Former President Buhari used to go to London. He just chooses to pay his work expenses to France.
They can do better. They can find a way around it. Must we go to France? Must it be France? the former president was always going to London. And this new one is going to France.
Are you French?
Maybe the next one will going to Germany. So it's not a good precedent at all. It's not.
Okay.
I remember one supporter, it just reminds me of a supporter of the government on social media. Nigerians are complaining that spaghetti has gone from 300 to 1,000 plus. And he said, must you eat spaghetti? Are you Italian?
That picture.
That picture. So in the same breath, must you go to France? Are we French? Bonjour.
Oui. Okay. I don't know if there's any other story, because I would probably like us to touch very quickly on Trump's tariff. There's a big story we're seeing here. How Trump, on the Nigerian Tribune, how Trump's new tariffs will affect Nigeria. On the Punch, Trump's tariff threatens $10 billion U.S. Nigerian trade. We're seeing here that the U.S. has introduced tariffs that sort of correspond to duties imposed by other countries on American goods. So here in Nigeria, for example, we used to have 27% tariff. It's now 14%. So let's talk about the implications, the broader implications of this. It would seem that he's prioritizing America. This is for their benefit, but how is Nigeria going to then cope? Is it maybe time for us to talk about looking for other trade partners? But we'll come back to that conversation. We have a call from Abuja. Good morning. Thank you for calling, Dina.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Please go ahead.
All right. So I just want to share my thoughts on what's going on in Lagos. My heart goes out to everyone in Lagos.
Thank you.
What I'm seeing.
Rest of mind wants to finish people in Abuja.
We are not experiencing that in Abuja at the moment, but it is painful that those in government, they travel out and they see good things out there, and they cannot come back to Nigeria and make life easy for Nigerians. Must we suffer before we get it right? It's totally unfair. People booking hotels, and you know how much hotels are right now in Nigeria. It's really unfair. Now I am hearing that the vice president is not in Nigeria, the president is not in Nigeria, the president is saying that he's going to be executing things from France in Nigeria. People is with Tinubu and France. Are they a francophone speaking country? Why is they always going to France? You want to do a retreat. We have Obudu. We have places. We have beautiful places. Will you see a Macron coming to Nigeria to come and do vacation? Do you see a Trump or Biden coming to Nigeria or any other African country? Okay, why can't you go to other African countries to go and do your vacation or retreat or to calm your nerves? Why must it be France?
All right.
Thank you
Dina,
very much.
thank you very much for calling.
Thank you. The croissant in Togo, in Senegal, is not as good as the croissant in Paris.
No. Ce n'est pas bon. You don't say that.
What is going on with this?
Bonjour.
But here's a valid point there. Why not go to other African countries?
You have a French man in your studio.
No. This one is a fake Frenchman. Even though everybody in his family speaks French, it's the only fake Frenchman. But let's talk about the implications of what this might mean. We're seeing that in terms of export, industries that will be affected, agriculture, crude oil, because if we're seeing an increase in tariff, we might see maybe it would definitely affect our export here. So what are your thoughts about this, and how can we better prepare ourselves, so we're not as dependent?
That's a fine question, that is. Before now, most major economies in the world are expecting this tariff to be imposed by Trump. He said it, he signaled it, that I'm imposing a certain percentage of tariff to the world economy that will not be treated fairly. He described it as Liberation Day in America. And there was a road gathering to celebrate it in the prompt way. Trump has a way of doing his things, I'm not his fan, and I think it's a major problem to the world. But on this question you were asking, what do we export to the US? Most economies were prepared. Europe, Asia, for example, look at India, look at even Vietnam, Malaysia, they were prepared. India were prepared. How are we prepared? Did we see any our finance minister, our agri minister coming out to tell the Nigerians, don't worry, we are ready. Anything they impose, we try and manage it. Can we retaliate as other countries are doing, imposing their own tariff? We cannot, because we are not ready. We are not stabilized. We are not strong enough. Our only commodity that's giving us foreign exchange is oil, under the influence and control of the world of global market. Cannot control anything. So we are at the receiving end of any tariff imposed by France, by Trump, or other countries. So what I will do is I will expect the petroleum minister, aided by the NNBC MD,
the new one,
the finance minister and the agri minister, to come and tell Nigerians what are the effects of this 14% tariff imposed on Nigeria by Trump.
So we're not covered
because we're going to feel it adversely. We cannot retaliate.
What happens to the Africa Growth Opportunities Act?
No,
it doesn't cover.
This man has not recognized those things.
So it's
been
trashed.
Has his own idea of running things, running his show. He runs his show and he's enjoying it.
But
even though the world economy lost about 2.4 trillion. The worst ever since 2020.
His trade minister has advised that people should not retaliate. They should just take it.
His own trade minister, and not our own. So we want our own people that manage our economy. Let us know the effect of those things, both on the government
and on individuals and businesses.
All right, we have Prince from Port Harcourt calling. Prince, good morning.
Morning.
Go ahead, please.
The question I have is this. Are we sure the government, the present government, really make everything good for us in this country? Because I've never seen a government that will be run by the president and vice, and the president will be leaving the country without giving the vice the authority to govern when he's no longer there for 14 days. And the following day, after he left, the vice president now left for another country, leaving the country whole. As we are now today, I won't have anybody governing us in this country. So we are on a crossroad. Only God Almighty will save this country from total collapse. If no one would have said we have no governance at all. What we are here is just a bundle of people who want to run this country down. They have no good thinking for this country. That's my take.
Thank you very much
Talking about the vice
for
president
joining.
who has gone to Senegal as well. The president France, vice president Senegal, both have francophone, French speaking, and of course a little maybe we're going to have a French syllabus added to Nigeria.
Another official language.
Maybe.
Bonjour.
Yeah.
But I mean, as we wrap up that conversation about the tariff again, just to talk about the fact that it is important. I think that this is a call we're putting out there. It's important that we get an address of some sort, a detailed explanation as to what the impact of this increase in tariff, will cost Nigerians. We are a very largely import-dependent economy. 2% of our GDP is, dependent on exports to the US. Exactly. So we're very vulnerable. Let's see what this will mean, and we can then know how to tighten our seatbelt. The next, wanted to ask something.
The next question, I believe,
please go ahead.
is the Daily Independent newspaper. I will sign condolence register of those who wish me dead. Wike. I mean, if you go on social media, it's beyond toxic. You need to see the way people were vituperating and wishing evil and harm to this man. At what point does it go beyond politics, or it's all fair and good in politics, like they say? What do you make of this culture of, everybody just has, they feel nothing good comes out of government, all politicians are criminals, and it's just insults and insults. We can't even have civilized conversations anymore.
You see, Nigerians always believe Nigerians are always their brother's keeper. But politics is a different ball game. And the way and manner people see Wike, people don't see him as most Nigerians don't see him as somebody that is honorable. They believe that the man is always interested in destabilizing things, particularly River State, and they believe that he has been hiding under the umbrella of the presidency to do all this to perpetrate these things. So he's not too popular among Nigerians. And if you not extrapolate that at the context, that is are seeing.
Play out.
That is the feelings you are seeing. That is the comments you are seeing. You know, most Nigerians will not wish him dead. I don't think so. But some.
They do. We were seeing some of their tweets. People were saying there that they hope he doesn't read. So many vile tweets.
Just means that the man should be more careful. He should be more circumspect in the way he plays politics.
Okay.
You know,
all right.
Okay.
As quickly as we can, very, very short story. The Afenifere rejects National Assembly bill on indigenship by marriage. And I want you to talk about that. Part of, the bill had passed the second reading, I believe, where they're pushing to say that people who have stayed in a particular environment or quarters for more than 10 years can claim indigenship. Afenifere obviously is against it. Do you think that this will be helpful in reuniting Nigeria? Because we are very divided along ethnic lines.
Let me tell you something. I went to university in Kano. I stayed with my brother for 2 or 3 years. And I realized one thing. It will be difficult to break up this country. There are many people that are intermarried. I tell you. For example, look at the former SGF boss, Mustafa. But Mustafa is from Adamawa State. His wife is from Osun State. His in-law, they're from the East. So this is
but then what would now be the official definition of an indigent? So they say, what state am I? I was born and brought up in Lagos State. Yes. I've lived in Lagos all my life. Shouldn't I be able to say I'm from Lagos State?
If you look at the people that went to Lagos State University, there are many Igbos there that are born in Lagos, and they were not denied admission.
But can they claim?
No, we are not going to that stage yet.
Because that's what they're pushing for with this bill.
When will we get to that stage? In the United States, the Bush family, for example, Jeb Bush was governor of Florida. His brother was governor of Texas.
And US president.
So we are not yet. You think we are not right for that?
No, not we are not right. We are not advanced to that stage yet. It will happen. No, but I believe if people are making noise, and I thought we divide. No.
Well, the bill has been passed for a second reading, so we're going to just keep following up with it.
So you can choose where you want to marry for if you want the citizenship.
Exactly. So if I think now that I want to be a Yoruba woman.
Anywhere you are, you're free to behave as a citizen, as an indigent. And it was also saying that the governors and the traditional rulers should treat Nigerians anywhere they are as indigents.
2023 elections revealed, if not for anything, how grossly divided we are, and how everybody's like, oh no, don't stay here, oh, this is our own state.
This is not dividing us politicians. Nigeria are not divided.
Right, okay.
I'm telling you, Nigeria
we have to go now.
I'm
sure this conversation
should not be divided by, not allowed to be divided by the politicians.
Okay. Yeah. Habeeb Aruna, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.